I once came dangerously close to a stroke while I was sleeping. It wasn't after a long, exhausting day at work. It wasn't after an intense workout. Everything happened on an ordinary night, just like any other. There were no warning signs, no chest pain, no dizziness. I simply woke up in the middle of the night with my heart pounding like a war drum, my back drenched in sweat. I jolted upright, gasping for air, confused, like I had just escaped from a nightmare. Except I couldn't remember what the dream was. In that moment, one thing became painfully clear to me. Heart disease doesn't knock before it enters. It doesn't come with a polite warning. It doesn't give you time to mentally prepare. It arrives silently, suddenly. And sometimes that moment is the last time you'll be conscious enough to realize what's happening. I'll share the most important part at the end of this video, because it didn't just change my life, it might just save yours or someone you love. You're walking a dangerously risky path. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and your CRP levels, a marker indicating systemic inflammation, are significantly elevated. If you don't change your lifestyle right now, the risk of a stroke or heart attack in the next 5 to 10 years is extremely high. I stayed silent, not because I was surprised. Deep down, I had sensed for a long time that something wasn't right. I had just been ignoring it, the way so many people do when their bodies start showing signs of fatigue, assuming it's just stress, lack of sleep, or the weather. But my silence in that moment came from something else too, because I had already seen this happen to my best friend. A man full of life, only 53 years old, always optimistic and cheerful. Just the day before, he had made plans with me to go fishing next week, and the next morning he never woke up again. A stroke in his sleep. Everything ended in silence. Yes, it might sound trivial, right? But sleep was exactly what I had underestimated for more than half my life. For years I kept thinking, sleeping late isn't a big deal. I'll make up for it tomorrow. I used to stay up finishing plans, endlessly scrolling through news, then diving into random videos for no real reason. There were nights I'd look at the clock, 1 a.m., yawn, and still tell myself, staying up a bit longer won't kill me. But the truth is, it actually can. Not instantly, but slowly. I came across a study from Harvard that shook me awake. Sleeping less than 6 hours a night increases your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 48%. An unbelievable number for just lack of sleep. Why is it so serious? Because while you sleep, your body isn't just resting, it's repairing. Blood pressure is lowered, your heart slows down for maintenance, your liver filters toxins, your brain clears out waste, and your immune system gets reinforced. When you cut that process short night after night, it's like leaving your house unlocked, unguarded, and expecting nothing to go wrong. Before going to bed, I read paper books, not e-books with blue light glaring into my eyes. Just old, worn-out paperbacks that helped calm my mind and slow my breathing. I was resetting my biological clock, the one I had unknowingly messed up for years. The results didn't come overnight. The first week, I tossed and turned, unable to get used to it, but gradually, my body adjusted. After about 3 weeks, I started sleeping more deeply. I'd wake up feeling strangely light, refreshed. No more of that slept but still tired feeling. No more heart pounding out of nowhere at 3 a.m. My blood pressure began to lower. My heart rate stabilized. I felt reborn, just from sleeping enough. At first, none of it was easy. Honestly, for someone who had been a lifelong night owl like me, getting into bed by 10 p.m. felt like a mini revolution inside my own home. I'd lie there, wide awake, counting the ticking sounds of the clock. My body had grown used to stimulation, to the rush of night, and it took time to unlearn that rhythm. I kept up that habit for 6 months straight. Never skipped a single night's sleep. Never broke my one rule: sleep before 11 p.m. Then came the day of my follow-up appointment. I sat across from the doctor, a mix of nervousness and hope bubbling inside me. He looked over each of my test results, tapped his pen thoughtfully on the desk, then looked up at me. His eyes lit up with surprise, and then he smiled. 125/80, nearly perfect. You know, most patients hear the advice, but almost none have the discipline to follow through. You're one of the rare ones who actually did. I didn't say a word, just nodded and exhaled, a soft but deep breath. For the first time in years, I felt truly at ease. The nights of my heart pounding like a drum at 3 a.m. were now a thing of the past. No more waking in panic, no more dreams I couldn't explain. I slept deeply, and more than anything, I truly lived. No medication, no chasing after some trendy wellness program, just one thing, sleep, but consistently and with intention. So, don't wait until the doctor looks at you with eyes full of regret. Don't wait until your test results force you to change. Start tonight. Turn off your phone a little earlier. Draw the curtains. Read a few pages of a book instead of scrolling online. Ease yourself into sleep as if it were the most precious gift you could give yourself. You don't need to do anything drastic. Just go to bed on time. It's the simplest, yet most powerful way to protect your heart. And sometimes it might be the only way to save yourself before it's too late. If you found this story helpful, hit follow. Not just to support me, but so you can keep receiving more small, everyday stories, ones that might just have the power to save a life. Maybe yours or someone you love. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who once stood on the edge of a stroke, who once woke up in panic, who has watched friends pass away far too soon. And after everything, I chose sleep. Don't take your eyes off this video, because in the next part, I'll share with you exactly how I improved my sleep, to save my heart, to prevent a stroke, and to truly feel alive again every morning I wake up. The best part, I didn't need any medication. I didn't have to spend millions on detox programs or supplements. All I did was change a few small habits before bedtime. And those small changes led to unbelievable results. You might be just like I was, staying up late because of work, because of social media, because you think just a little longer won't hurt. But it's exactly that little longer, repeated night after night, that slowly eats away at your health. Your blood pressure rises, your heartbeat becomes irregular, you feel constantly exhausted, and you blame it on aging. Then one day, without warning, your heart sends out a signal. But by then, it might already be too late. In the next part, I'll tell you how I restructured my nights, how I created a bedtime routine that became the foundation for healing. Stay tuned, because sometimes saving your life doesn't require anything drastic, just a bit of awareness and the courage to start. If this story resonates with you, if you've ever laid awake at 3 a.m. wondering what's wrong with your body, or feeling like your energy is slipping away day by day, then I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel. Not just for me, but for you. Because here, I'm not sharing miracle cures or viral trends. I'm sharing real experiences, hard lessons learned through fear, through mistakes, and eventually through healing. This channel is for people like us, people who are trying to take back control of their health, one small change at a time. No judgment, no pressure, just real, honest stories and simple practices that might just change your life. So if even one part of this video made you pause and reflect, hit that subscribe button. Because the next time you need a gentle reminder to take care of yourself, I'll be right here, sharing more of what helped me. Let's take care of ourselves. Together. You only get one body. Let's treat it like the gift it is.